Welcome back to the Seattle Emeralds MyNBA series. Last time out, we went through the draft. Here's a look at all the rookies that ended up signing around the league. We signed all three of our draft picks. I really thought, why not bring in Bradley Kersey anyways if he's here for 1 year? It is what it is, but definitely where we're going to sign Rondé Wood and Drew Carl around the league. Here's just a quick look. If you want to see, stop and see who exactly signed, who was declined, you guys can pause it, but I'm just going to go through real quick until we see or we get back around to the Emeralds, because there really wasn't like any crazy, oh, that guy didn't get signed, stuff. It was really just second round picks, maybe the occasional very late first round pick. If we're being honest, like I said, just pause if you're really interested in a specific team. But other than that, yeah, that's just a look at everybody. I did go through team and player options, so here's a look at all of that. 76ers accepted Jared McCain. The Bucks had a lot to accept. They accepted every one of those guys. The Bullets accepted Baylor Shireman and Chris Murray. I was about to call him Keegan Murray because, identical. But Bulls accept Matas Buzelis, Julian Phillips. The Celtics accept Jordan Walsh. Clippers accepted, I shouldn't say accepted. Andrew Wiggins accepted his player option. Cam Christie was the 2-year team that was accepted. We did pick up the 2-year team for Isaiah Collier and Bona. For the Grizzlies, Zach LaVine staying around. Zach Edey. The rest of these guys are all staying around. The Hawks pretty much accepted everybody as well. Trae Young kept his player option. Zachary Risache, Kobe Buffkin, and Mohamed Gay. They did have a few guys that they dropped. And here's just a quick look at everybody that was accepted like the last time. If you really want to see a team, just pause it and see who was accepted, who, if they're not on there, they probably got declined. I figured it would show declined players on here, but I guess it didn't. I guess it does here. So, for example, Isaiah Hartenstein declined his player option. As far as qualifying offers go, we didn't offer it to any of the three guys that were on two-way deals. And here's a look at our roster as we get ready to enter the moratorium period of free agency. We do have some money to work with. I don't think we're going to go out there and sign the best available guy. But this is what we're looking like. We've got around 4 roster spots to play around with. Isaiah Collier, Drew Carl is there. Shooting guard, I would say, is pretty solid. We've got Malik Monk and Ace Bailey's going to start, obviously, and then Bradley Kersey, who we just brought in. Small forward, I did slide Johnny Furphy over to small forward, so he could be a backup there. Maybe he'll get a little bit more playing time, but we have Corey Kispert and Johnny Furphy at the 3. Jalen Williams at the 4. We definitely need to go after a power forward. And then at center, we're going to have Goga, Rondé Wood, and Adem Bona. Obviously, Rondé Wood's going to play a lot of minutes, but we're probably going to stick with Goga starting for the moment. And here's our first look at the free agency class. Pretty good guys at the top, but most of them are restricted. You've got Paolo, you've got Chet Holmgren, Jimmy's there. We'll see if the Warriors bring him back. Kyrie is there. We'll see if the Mavs bring him or Chris Middleton back. No offers have been put out yet. Jalen Duren is there. J-Dub is there. I would love to have J-Dub, but he's 25. He's a restricted free agent. Kind of feel like we would be dumb to not offer him a contract. We're going to offer him a great contract because he's a really good player. I just have a feeling the Thunder are going to match that contract offer if I had to guess. He's really good on defense. But the thing I'm thinking about is, the Thunder have a lot of money on the books, and I don't know that they'll be able to match it, but because he's restricted, I think they're able to match it without any restrictions. So if we're not able to get Jalen Williams, a guy that I'm really wanting to go after to be our starting power forward this season is Bobby Portis, 31 years old, out of Arkansas. Now, Portis, you might be thinking, would go back to Milwaukee, but Milwaukee has no money to work with. Portis is coming off of a great 15 points per game, about 8 rebounds, almost a steal, half a block a game. He shot 40% from the field, 31 from 3, 76 from the line on almost 30 minutes a game. He was starting for them, essentially. So I really would love to have Bobby Portis on this team. I think he would be a great starting power forward. Definitely not the greatest defender, but he's a solid rebounder. I think he brings some rebounding that we don't necessarily already have on the roster, and I think that's something that I would really like to bring in. Now, obviously, I am looking for a bit of a backup point guard to kind of come in and, I wouldn't say play a whole lot, to be honest, because we're just looking for a guy to sit behind Drew Carl and Isaiah Collier. Both of those guys are definitely going to start over whoever we sign here. I'm just kind of looking for a guy with a lot of badges, with a lot of opportunity to kind of mentor and stuff. And that's why I think I really like the idea of offering, where was he at? Misic, because he's got 8 badges, and now they're not the greatest badges. Can I see badges on here? Yeah. Most of his badges are passing badges, but he does have like Deadeye, fast break starter. He's got float game, shifty shooter. I wouldn't mind bringing him in on a 1-year deal. He is technically a restricted free agent, but if we can bring him in on just a short, cheap deal, I wouldn't hate that. So Jalen Williams does accept our agreement, so he is technically ready to sign with us. We're going to announce the rights on all of these guys. I really like Simon Fontecchio, but we don't need him back. Mike Conley, I don't really see a need to have him back, but City Sissoko, same thing with him. I don't really see a need to have him back, especially if we somehow get Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams, one of the better young small forwards coming up in the NBA right now. If we could bring in Jalen Williams and Bobby Portis, I think this team could instantly jump into contention. I'm not really going to sign anybody other than these 3 guys until we know what we're working with. And will they match? They do not. The Thunder let Jalen Williams go. So now we have the friends back together. I'm definitely moving him over to small forward. He actually goes up 1. So now we have Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams back on the roster. Wow. What a signing here in year 2 for Seattle. Ace Bailey, Jalen Williams, Bobby Portis, Goga, and Isaiah Collier is going to be our starting lineup. Man, we still have a little bit of room to work with. Let's go ahead and see where everybody else went. The Thunder, as expected, prioritized bringing back Chet Holmgren. Oh my gosh. Paolo Banchero. The Magic don't match. How do you not match after having a playoff berth in a 7-game series where you barely lost by 1 point to the Bucks? How do you let Paolo Banchero walk? Oh my gosh, now we have to compete with Banchero and Victor Wembanyama. The Warriors do bring back Jimmy Butler on a 3-year deal. Obviously, we got J-Dub. The Mavs bring back Chris Middleton. They haven't brought back Kyrie. The Pistons pick up Isaiah Hartenstein. Jalen Duren goes to Portland. Shaedon Sharpe skips around to Chicago. Same thing with Jaden Ivey. 2 shooting guards. One of them's going to probably have to move over to point guard, probably Jaden Ivey. The Jazz pick up Lou Dort, so the Thunder kind of falling apart. The Raptors grab Nikola Jovic, who was a part of that big Kawhi Leonard trade, so the Clippers basically got nothing. They let Jovic walk on a very team-friendly deal, in my opinion. Rockets keep JBS, or JSJ. The Thunder do sign another backup center in Robert Williams III. We'll see how healthy he can stay. Bobby obviously comes to Seattle. The Nuggets pick up Ayo Dosunmu. 76ers grab Markelle Fultz. The Lakers bring in 76ers grab Marcus Smart. The Lakers bring in Markelle Fultz. We'll see how they are without LeBron here. The first year without LeBron, actually, as they bring back Dennis Schroeder as well on a 1-year, very small minimum deal. Cole Anthony goes to Indiana. Zach Collins goes to the Pistons. DeAnthony Melton to the Hawks. Vic Krejci to the Warriors. Amel Traore to Miami. The Emeralds, we picked up Vaza Misic. Where else is this going? So that's everybody that was signed so far. Let's take a look at the offers that Kyrie Irving's getting. Looks like Kyrie might be going to Chicago. Did the Mavericks even offer? They didn't. They really prioritized Chris Middleton. That's kind of crazy. Walker Kessler's probably going to go back to Utah. DeAndre Ayton's here. Looks like he's going to be on the Jazz. So maybe Walker Kessler has a chance to go elsewhere. Mark Williams not getting an offer just because most likely due to his health and, he's not the overall healthiest player. Where should we go from here? We've got a pretty solid stance, I would say. We're pretty good all around. Maybe we could get another backup power forward, in my opinion. I don't really think there's much need for us to go anywhere else and go all out and sign somebody. But hey, we could bring back Simon Fontecchio on a very team-friendly deal. I wouldn't mind that if he's willing to just take that 1-year contract. And let's see if he does. Simon Fontecchio is willing to sign as we are now done with the free agency period. Let's go ahead and simulate through, and let's go back and see where everybody ended up. Can I not? Oh, I have to go. I can't go back in and see where everybody ended up. No, I can't do that. Let's see any big signings. Let's see. Monte Morris goes to the Clippers. Nehemias Keita to Houston. Cason Wallace to the Mavericks, trying to replace Kyrie Irving with him. Christian Brown stays with the Nuggets. Let's see any other big pickups down here at the last few seconds of free agency. I don't really see anything too crazy. I wonder who's sitting in free agency, if we're being honest. I better not see Kyrie Irving sitting in free agency once that regular season starts. But let's see how this team gets better. So J-Dub comes in instantly, the best player on the team at 86, but don't doubt Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey is right behind him at an 85. Corey Kispert, 81 overall. Malik Monk stays at a 79. Bobby Portis Jr. gets slightly worse at 31. He goes down to a 79 as well. Johnny Furphy, 77. Jay Will, 76. Goga, 76. Simon Fontecchio, 76. Isaiah Collier, man, doesn't get better. I was hoping he would. Yeah, 75 overall for Isaiah Collier. Johnny Furphy stays the same. Yeah, was hoping for a little bit better of a jump there out of Isaiah Collier. I don't really care too much about the G League, or the Summer League, I should say, so we're going to just skip right over that, as Vaza Micic, for some reason, is playing in our G League team, or our Summer League team. I don't really know why. The dude's like 35. So we will open up Season 2 next episode. Obviously, I know this one's very short, but free agency period is just a quick, one and done. I don't think Kevin Durant's going to do a farewell tour, because Charlotte just traded for him. I think they're going to have, want a little bit more left from him. So we do have a chance to play Kevin Durant opening up at the year in Game 2. But we're going to open up Season 2 with a matchup against the Bulls. Thankfully, this one is at home, so we finally get a chance to open up the season with our, a home game, as we're probably going to rock our alternate jerseys. I really like the navy blue and the fade on those jerseys. But this is what the team's looking like going into year 1. Let's go ahead and see what the rotation for head coach Rajon Rondo in his second year is. I think I just said year 1, but you guys know what I meant. Isaiah Collier at the 1, Ace Bailey at the 2, J-Dub at the 3. They want Bobby Portis off the bench. I do not want that. I want Bobby Portis starting. So let's go ahead and rearrange those minutes a little bit. Jay will get 20. We're going to give Bobby Portis about 25. Oh, no, we're going to give him 27, actually. Goga is going to get 25. Then we have Kispert, Malik Monk, Jay Will, Johnny Furphy, and Simon Fontecchio, with Rondé Wood being the backup center with about 9 minutes a game. Dembona, Micic, Drew Carl, and Bradley Kersey there to round out the bench. I wouldn't mind Drew Carl getting some minutes here and there. We'll just see how the season goes. Because as of right now, we don't really have a backup point guard. But Malik Monk's kind of still playing that role. So we'll see how the season goes and where it falls from there. We are probably going to have to change up our system proficiency. Let's see if we have anywhere we're actually really proficient. No, we actually are going to stay at balance. That's Rajon Rondo's preferred system. So we'll stay where we're at right now. Power rankings have the Spurs at number 1. I mean, obviously, this lineup is they have a guy named LeBron. LeBron Philon is starting for them. What? When did that? Okay, whatever. Stephon Castle. This is their starting lineup. Where is, yeah, they got rid of Trey Jones and Chris Paul retired, so they didn't bring in a point guard. That's kind of disappointing, but that's going to maybe hold them back. You would maybe argue putting Stephon Castle at the 1. I'll go through and, adjust these lineups as needed. But they've got Philon, Castle, Flag, Banchero, Wemby, and then off the bench you still have Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Daniel Gafford, and then the rest of the young core down there at the bottom. Next up, you have the Thunder, which keep the same general core. Aaron Wiggins is there because I imagine DeMar DeRozan got worse. Or he's just hurt. I think that means he's probably hurt. Let's see. How do I know? No, he's not injured. He's just at the very end of their bench for some reason. But yeah, they brought back Chet Holmgren. They have Robert Williams. They still have a pretty solid core. Then you've got Boston, Minnesota, Houston, Indiana, the Bucks, the Cavs, the Heat. Where do we stand on this? We are currently 17th in the NBA. Man, I wasn't expecting to bring in a guy like J-Dub in the offseason. I wasn't expecting to make a splash like that, but He probably wasn't very happy with his role being diminished in year 2 or year 4 in OKC. And that's probably what made him willing to skip town and head over here to Seattle. But that's going to wrap up this free agency period. Next time out, we'll get into season 2. I'm really excited to go ahead and get into this next year because now that we have J-Dub, we might be able to make a play-in run. That would be our goal for season 2. Let me know what you guys think about the signings we made. As always, if you did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will catch you all next time. Have a great day, everybody. Adios.
Soundstripe.